Welcome to a week in the life of an FSY counselor. I called this week 0 because it was counselor training. I was at BYU for training since I had it the first week. Check-in started at 9 a.m. on Monday, and it was a wonderful surprise to see my former EFY counselor, Carly, who still works for the program. I then went to my apartment in Heritage Halls, where I used to be an RA. I met my roommate, Kylie, who's going to be at my first 3 sessions, too. We then ate lunch and met our company for the week and played some games. Training is kind of like FSY for the counselors, and it was super fun. We then had orientation, which was an absolute blast. This year, they included emergency dance parties, or EDPs, throughout the week to get us on our feet in between long trainings. They were honestly my favorite part. Dinner was delicious, and then we had an amazing devotional from Brother Brad Wilcox. Then it was time for reflect and review, or R&R, and then we went to bed. Tuesday started with breakfast, and then after a dance practice with AC Brock, we had our first gospel study of the week. It was wonderful. Then we had some classes with EDPs, then it was time for lunch. After lunch, we split off into our companies to learn about our different duties we could have during the week. Then it was time for a snack break and more classes. We had a great dinner and then headed to our one and only dance of the week. The youth get 2 and we only got 1. It was insanely fun regardless. Then we had R&R and zonked out. Wednesday was pretty much the same as Tuesday, but a lot more sitting in classes because we had to go through all of the legal trainings. At least we had Glenn Powell as an object lesson. After a long day of classes, it was time for pizza night and games night. Unfortunately, something went wrong with getting pizza for the DRC, the Dietary Restrictions Club, but hey, we got Chick-fil-A instead. Games night and the little dancing send-off was great, then it was R&R and bedtime. Thursday had another very similar morning, but I really loved the classes in the morning. During the Devo, we sang the FSY medley, which was wonderful. Then it was lunch, followed by more classes, then a snack break, and activities training as a company. I was totally fully awake and present the whole time. Then it was time for our last few trainings, and then dinner. After some dinner shenanigans, we had testimony meeting like the youth will, and it was a wonderful night. Friday was already the last day. It went by so fast. We had breakfast and gospel study like normal, and then had a great Devo where we sang a wonderful primary song. We had an EDP, and then it was already time for the send-off. We sang the medley one more time, and then went to lunch and the closing expo. It was then time to say our goodbyes and head home. I did some repacking since I headed to my first session the next day. Training was wonderful, and I seriously had the best group. They made me so excited for the summer. Stay tuned because I'll be vlogging all my sessions this summer. Bye!